So welcome everybody. This is the Orange County 4-H Youth Debate Team. We are starting at 6 p.m. with we are calling them Team Tenderfoot. I was anyway, because they are new and young. And so I just wanted to give a little quick history. This debate team and the idea of a debate team in Orange County 4-H started from a quick youth initiative we had during the pandemic where we were all shut down. And as 4-H educators, we wanted to reach out to our youth and find out how we could help them. What programs were they looking to have fun with in this virtual world? And one of the items that came from it was a debate team. So we quickly sent out an ask as to who might be interested. And this young team that you see before you is a culmination of that ask. So my name is Lisa Hintz. I am one of the educators. And Dee, I'm gonna have you introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah. Hi, so I'm Deanna Sardella Matthews. This is Lisa's baby, but I'm kind of here for the ride. She's done a great job. I think the kids are prepared. They're excited. I'm really excited to hear their final arguments for the pros and the cons. And this is just one of the ways that we're keeping our kids engaged, and they're really stepping up to the plate. So I say, let's go, Lisa.
I agree. And so now, really quickly, I wanted to thank I have 3 judges with us today. I have Mr. Everett Colley from EC Media Group. He is a gentleman that I've worked fairly closely with some other programs, but he's on our CCE board. And so he was a perfect ask. And then we have Miss Erin Van Dunk, who, again, I work with her mom in program committee, and her mom is also on our board. But Erin is a 4-H alum and excelled in public speaking. So when she heard we were doing this, she offered up to assist with us in judging. So this is awesome when we can always go full circle with our 4-H alum coming back to assist our younger youth. And then we have Mr. J.T. Grodecki, who works with us very closely on our 4-H program committee and is a leader for the TLCD group, which is Teen Leadership Career Development. And some of the young people and faces that are on here today, he will be seeing coming up into the ranks in a year or two in his program. So I want to immensely thank our judges for spending this Saturday afternoon, evening with us. Greatly appreciated. So with that, my youth know what to do next, I hope. Who's first for their introductions? Oh, come on, you guys. Who's pro team number 1? Who is the first person who will speak on pro team 1? We're just doing our introductions right now. So you're going to say your name and how many years you're in 4-H.
Hello. My name is Arsheen Sethi. I am 9 years old and I have been in 4-H for 1 year.
Very good. Who's our pro team number 2 person? Who's going second on the pro team?
Hi, my name is Arnav Sinha and I am in the pro team for banning plastic bags.
How long have you been in 4-H?
2 years.
Awesome. Who's next? Who's our pro team number 3?
Hi, my name is Deepak and I'm 6 years old. And I've been in 4-H for 1 year.
Very good. Very good. Who is on our con side and is our first person on our con side?
Hello, my name is Anushka Chandiok. I am 10 years old. I only have been in 4-H for 1 year.
Very good. Who is on our con side and is our second speaker?
Hello, my name is Swati Satyamurthy, and I've been in 4-H for 3 years.
Very good. And then who's on our con side for the third speaker?
Hello, my name is Mitchell and I'm 11 years old and I've been in 4-H for 4 years.
Very good, very good. So our kids have been practicing every Tuesday for probably about a month and a half now, and they kind of know how we're going to go back and forth with their debate. It's unlike a live debate where they could throw in some little snippets. They've got a little bit of a more rehearsed, but they are going to start with a pro side person is going to give you some information, and then our con side, and they're going to go back and forth. And as you can see, we have 6 youth. They have been asked to speak for about 3 to 5 minutes, with our 2 sides at the end wrapping up with about a 3-minute summary. So with that said, Anushka, I think you can take it away. Or is it Arsheen? Who's pro side 1? Arsheen. Go ahead, sweets.
Good evening. My name is Arsheen Sethi. Today, we will be debating why banning plastic bags is a good idea. There is not much to debate because we all know we have to protect our planet Earth. Plastic bags use 10% of the world's annual oil supplies. Hence, natural resources are being wasted on their production. We could use these natural resources for better usage. For example, usage for cooking, transportation, and heat. Furthermore, chemicals and toxic compounds go into making plastic bags. Due to plastic bags, 100,000 animals have died. Let me repeat this one more time. 100,000 animals have died. That's not acceptable. Not only do the toxic chemicals kill animals, but they also affect plants. When a plastic bag is thrown on land, it makes soil less fertile. When plastic bags are burned, they release toxic chemicals that are deposited on water and plants. After all, we need plants and trees to stay alive. Plastic bags can and have killed many animals, including humans. Yes, that's right, it has killed humans. For example, previously in West Africa, plastic bags blocked storm water drains during a big rainstorm. This caused flooding so bad, even people were killed. When was the last time you have gone to the beach and not found at least one plastic bag? It is not a surprise. Plastic bags are amongst the top 5 items found in beaches during the cleanups. They are clearly harmful to the wildlife. Bags are consumed whole by many porous animals, such as sea turtles, dolphins, whales, seabirds, seals, and poor sea lions. In the last 2 months alone, dead whales have been washed up on beaches to find their stomach crammed with bags. Not only are sea animals affected, our innocent land animals are mistaking plastic bags for food. For hungry sea turtles, it's nearly impossible to distinguish between jellyfish and floating plastic bags. These bags are often stuck in their throats or fill up their stomach, causing them to die of malnutrition. Plastic bags are not only stuffing the stomachs of innocent animals, but also are stuffing our landfills. Even if we try to recycle these materials, they will still end up in our landfill. According to an article in National Geographic last year, the increasing number of bags had overwhelmed the waste system of the Western nations. Reducing plastic bags usage does make a positive impact for our environment. This is not a futile exercise. For example, China has banned plastic bags and already has reduced the amount of plastic thrown into the landfills significantly. So, if we're going to try to protect our environment, we must ban plastic bags. This concludes my point. Thank you for listening.
Okay, who's on our con side? You guys can just keep going. You kind of know your order, okay? So you don't need to wait for me to lead you into the next person. You can go for it.
Hello, my name is Anushka Chandiok. I'm the first speaker of the team Plastic Fantastic. I come the topic with 3 points. History of plastic bags. Swedish engineer Steph Constantini created plastic bags in 1959. Paper bags were bad for the environment, especially forests. He wanted to reduce cutting of trees or forests. Plastic bags were stronger than paper bags. They could also be used again and again. Steph Constantini always carried a plastic bag in his pocket pulled up. You know, today we're all taking our bags back to the shops. He was doing this back in the 70s and 80s. Cost effective. It is cheaper to make plastic grocery bags. It takes 70% less energy to manufacture plastic bags than paper bags. In fact, it takes far more raw material and fossil fuel to grow and harvest trees, make pulp, and turn it into paper bags. EPA data shows that plastic bags make up only 0.5% of the U.S. waste. Plastic bags were 100% reusable and recyclable. It takes 7 trucks to deliver the same number of paper bags than a single truck can haul if the bags are made of plastic. Ban or not ban? Do you think the ban will motivate shoppers to bring their own bags to stores? Since people might not be able to afford reusable or paper bags and might forget to bring them and have to buy more, which costs a lot over time. I recently saw this sign outside local ShopRite that said, "Please remember your reusable bags. They're lonely in your car." Questions to ask. Do you and your family tend to use reusable bags? Do you wash them often to get rid of germs? Today we face even more risk with the virus. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Arna Sinha, and I am in the pro group for banning plastic bags. Plastic bags get into the soil and slowly release toxic chemicals. Over 1 million shopping bags are being used every minute, which heavily damages the environment. Aquatic animals get strangled often from plastic bags. People can also buy non-plastic bags to reuse them, so people can make an effort to reuse them. Grocery store owners can start to change to non-plastic bags completely, but they don't. We could make sure 0 plastic bags are being used on our watch. According to Wikipedia, only 1% of plastic is recycled. Also, according to Wikipedia, in total, 500 billion plastic bags have been used. Think about how much that is. Do you think that is healthy for our environment? People struggle to recycle plastic bags, so why have them at all? Plastic bags are basically the same as normal bags, but much worse for the environment. Plastic bags can kill animals in a lot of ways that other things can't. Also, plastic bags are easy to lose since they can fly in the air. They're easy to rip. According to the Wikipedia, a plastic bag can take 400 to 1,000 years to photodegrade. That is 10 times a human's lifespan. This has been my point.
Hello everyone, my name is Swati Satyamurthy and I am the second speaker of the con side. I con the idea of banning plastic bags because many people believe that plastic is the cause for all of our environmental issues. The truth is, we all rely on plastic. Plastic has made its way into everyday things like clothing, economy, and all of our transportations and electronics, everything. Plastic is a major feature in our lives, which was invented in 1840. Without that, we would be living back then and having none of our high-tech stuff we have today, including this video call. This video call is run with our devices. Devices, electronics, most of that is filled with plastic. The idea of banning plastic is unnecessary. Instead of banning plastic, we could simply just use it properly. People think that we're recycling plastic, but when you separate your trash and recycling, only 9% of that gets recycled, and 79% ends up in landfills, 12% gets incinerated. Thinking of this, you were probably like, then what's the point in recycling? And if plastic is this bad for the earth, why use it? Simply reuse the plastic bags that you get when you go to the store. Plastic bags are better than cloth bags or paper bags in 4 ways. First off, they're cost effective. Plastic bags are much cheaper than paper bags because paper bags involve more cutting down trees and more processing in order to make a paper from a tree. Cloth bags are also more expensive to manufacture compared to a plastic bag. Other reasons that plastic bags are better than paper and cloth bags is because they don't get dirty as much. A paper bag doesn't get dirty either, but a cloth bag, you have to wash it every few uses. And then that'll take a while to dry as well. Finally, they're weatherproof. Plastic bags don't need to dry after being washed in the rain or just simply getting water on it. A cloth bag stays wet for a longer time, and then a paper bag gets soggy. What's the point in reusing a paper bag or a cloth bag if it's wet and it just makes your products wet that you put inside it? You could just bring a plastic bag that you have from home to the store. When everyone's little, most of you are taught that you have to reuse, reduce, and recycle. There's another one we're missing in there. You also have to refuse extra plastic that you know you don't need. If you could simply bring plastic from home to the grocery store, then why should you get an extra bag and bring it home? This is why you should refuse to take unnecessary plastic along with the other 3 you learned in probably kindergarten. These are my points of why we don't need to ban plastic bags. Thank you.
I know. Good evening. My name is Jiva. Sea turtles in distress. Dead whales washed up on the beach. Sight of a dead dolphin on the shore. What is the root cause all of this? Plastic bags. Not all plastic bags are recyclable, but those that are can take up to 3 generations to decompose. So if I were to recycle a plastic bag. By the time my grandchildren are 100, it will finally be decomposed. Imagine that. We need to think long terms, not just short terms. We need to invest now so that our grandchildren can enjoy this beautiful planet. The investment into our planet Earth needs to be done now with us today. Everyone has to step up and no more piling up our landfills, no more blocking our storm drains, no more littering our streets, no more contaminating our oceans with fish, seabirds, and other fishes and animals eat these plastic bags. No more polluting our environment. Keep America beautiful and save our Earth. Ban plastic bags. This brings an end to my point. Thank you for your attention.
My name is Mitchell Dunberg, and I would like to sum up the cons of banning plastic bags. The reason plastic bags were made in 1959 was because paper bags were bad for forests. Paper bags could be used multiple times, as well as being very strong and more durable than paper bags. Plastic bags are also less expensive as well. They're reusable and recyclable. It takes far less energy to create plastic bags. They also take up 1/7 of the space. Putting the responsibility on shoppers to remember their recycled bags is another burden. If you forget your bag, do you carry it in your hand or waste money and buy another bag? Plastic isn't going anywhere. We use it over and over again. A plastic water bottle could one day become something different. Even when plastic is down to its lower form of a plastic bag, it can still be reused. Plastic bags are waterproof. Have you ever tried using a plastic bag after it's gotten a little damp? My final thought for you is plastic bags are not the problem. People are. We are using them all wrong.
Very good, you guys. Very good. So now you know we have a handful of judges, and I'd like to give this opportunity to the judges if they have one last question or a couple questions for you. And so what we will do is we will allow the judges to debate and maybe discuss at another time. You probably won't get your answers tonight, but we will set up another Zoom conference where I can discuss with you the judges' decisions. I want to give them some time. It's a pretty good rubric to go through, but I do want to open it up if anybody had any questions for our panelists. And Dr. Johnson is trying to get in, so does anybody have any questions for our youth? Okay, I see Belinda. Okay, go.
I just wanted to ask, did you all have a good time putting this together, pro and con? Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Yes, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it as well. I got to research a lot about it and learn so much from looking it up.
You all did a great job.
What were some of the sources you guys used besides Wikipedia?
National Geographic, magazines, articles,
NY, New York Times.
Great, thank you.
So for each of the teams, because we have the pros team and the cons team, that you guys had to come up with your own thoughts. How did you guys think about how the other team might come up with their reasons and how that affected your research.
Before I actually found out that I was on the con side, I researched both sides so that I can, whichever side I was on, I could go against the points I made for the opposing side, so I'd have stronger comebacks.
Awesome. That was a really smart thing to do.
And now, do our judges have any feedback without looking at the rubric, just any in general quick information that you could give them? We do hope, and we do have continued interest with other youth that are interested in debating in this type of format. Hopefully in the near future, we can debate in live. As many of you knew, we were originally going to run the debate live. But there's some continued scares due to increased viruses going on around us and coming closer in the Delaware area. So as we do have continued interest, we will continue this way. So as you've watched the youth debate here today, if you have any quick information to assist them as they continue to look into this format of debating and finding fun resources to discuss.
I have a suggestion. If you guys can have a debate on what to recycle and not what is recyclable and what cannot be recycled, that'll create more information for these youngsters. It's a big yes and no between what is recyclable and what goes into the recycle bin. Thank you.
Very good. So your point actually brings up an information that I didn't disclose in the beginning. The youth totally formatted this program. We had an actual perfect break of kids in the fact that we had 12. They ranged in age from 7 to 18, and it was an even split. We did the 7 to 12-year-old, and then we had a 13 to 18-year-old. So the teams kind of broke off themselves into a younger group and an older group. And then through our first meetings or two, they totally chose these topics. So we do have another debate coming on at 7. That's our teen group. The topics were they discussed which ones they'd like, and they decided on this one. So in the future, yes, I love that idea of taking it another step as into what is recyclable. So,
thank you.
Thank you. Judges, any information to give them after their quick?
What I want to add is in the future, when you're doing your debate, pretend like it's a public presentation. So present it as such. That includes panning your audience because you're talking to everybody. Make sure that your volume is high enough. In other words, loud. So make sure everybody can hear you. And some of you did exactly what I was going to say. You dress as if you were, in a debate club and, presenting yourself. So that's a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for that.
And I do want to give you guys credit because, doing it virtually is much different and making eye contact. And even now it's like I have my monitor over here and then I have my video webcam over here. So it's really hard to make eye contact when you're not able to actually see the people. But this is like our potential future for now. So figuring out how you can do that and how you can adapt will be really helpful for you all. But overall, I think that everybody was really engaging. You guys worked really hard to deliver and be persuasive and really bring yourselves. I saw some hand movements that were great, that really emphasized your points. So you had some good moments where you were really engaged. And then there was obviously some challenges in you get tripped up on your information. So really just kind of relaxing a little bit too. One of the things when I was presenting was always, I would do my presentation so many times that I didn't need my notes anymore so that I could just talk. And that's the easiest way to do it, because then you know your information and you can be yourself and you can bring your personality, and that's when you really shine.
I just really want to say you guys did outstanding. I am overly proud of you guys. On the con side, everything that you guys brung up, I mean, was valid. You know, on the pro side, you really, really made me think about things that I'm personally going to walk away from this call and start doing. So I'm so proud of you guys and just great, great job.
So Lisa, I know I'm not supposed to chime in, but because I'm a big mouth, I'm going to.
Always welcome.
I just want to say to you guys, I've kind of hopped into a couple of your practices, and you guys have really, you brought it on tonight. You were all prepared. Your inflection is dead on. Your facts, your sources, everything. You know, it's like Belinda said, you know, talking about the public presentation aspect of it. You know, you guys brought that on. Like Erin said, you know, you're using the camera the way that you are, and you're really trying to engage your audience the best that you can virtually. You know, this is hard. You're not standing here, you know, in front of a group of people. So, you know, just dead on. And, you know, as Everett said, your facts were just so impressive. I'm going to walk away tonight, you know, and I've been around the block. You know, I'm not a spring chicken here, and I learned stuff, you know, and that's really what this is all about. So kudos to every one of you. You know, great job, guys. Great, great job.
I agree. Nope. And now do my debaters, my panelists, do you have any questions for the judges? We've picked them because of their expertise. They're business owners. They're on boards of Cornell University. They're professional speakers. They're leaders in the community. Do you have any questions for them as you take the next step as we continue to meet? You know, I know they've congratulated you on what you've done, but look at what you did today and think, oh, you know, as you shut off the monitor later and you maybe talk with mom or dad or whatnot, and what are you going to say to yourself? Oh, I wished I'd done this, or I wished I'd done that. This is the time where you can ask those kind of questions, like, you know, like Erin said, your monitor may be over here and your video is over there. How do I maybe combat that next time? So I'm looking straight ahead at my my monitor and making it look like I'm talking to the public. So do any of you have questions? Go ahead.
I have one question. Has any of you your mind got changed, or between pro and con?
Good question. So Arsheen is asking if we have swayed anybody to the other side. Did you come into this maybe thinking plastic bags shouldn't be used, and now you're like,
If I could say one thing, I know I took a couple notes. As far as this plastic, you know, it's not going anywhere. We use it all the time. Our biggest problem as humans, we're using it the wrong way. So that was my biggest takeaway.
I love it. Me too. And then
I agree with you. We need better education.
Very good. Arnav, I think you had a question too, right? Arsheen beat you to the button.
No, I didn't.
Okay, no worries. Any other questions for our judges? No, everybody's good. Okay, so I know our next debate starts in about a half hour. I don't want to, if everybody wants to take a quick break, and you can mute your cameras for a little bit or sign off and sign back on, but go grab a drink. We will have our teen group that will start in a little bit. I will stop the live feed and I will stop the recording on this. And then when we're ready to start back up at 7, I'll start the live feed on Facebook again, unless anybody has anything else to say.
Thank you so much for all the guidelines and help you've given us. And thank you for your time, judges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we learned a lot from this.
I agree. You guys did.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so everybody, good
Thank
job.
you.
You're welcome.
Good job, guys.
We love you, Lisa.